December 2021, which means it's time for Christmas music. It's one of the very few times of the year where having a guitar doesn't just make you a pointless nuisance. I suppose the other time might be camping around the campfire. So take advantage of these situations, Christmas and camping. And now it's Christmas time. Maybe I'll do a camping one in the summer. These are the times that people actually want a guitarist. Seize the day with your calloused little fingers. Christmas songs are great to play for several reasons. First, they're almost all 3-4 chords max, so they're super easy to learn, super easy to play, easy to memorize, so playing them should be no problem. Second, most of them are very old, which means they're in the public domain. They're so old that their copyright protection has expired, so you can record, perform, publish them, and you don't have to worry about being demonetized or a DMCA takedown. As of January 2021, any song written in 1925 or earlier is in the public domain in the United States. Any song written before then, melody, chords, lyrics, is free to use. I've chosen 3 simple songs this year: Jingle Bells, Silent Night, and What Child Is This? First, let's go through Jingle Bells. This is one of the most popular English language songs ever, not only Christmas song, but any type of English language song. Though it is a popular Christmas song, it wasn't written to be one. It doesn't mention Christmas anywhere in it, or Jesus for that matter. This makes it a great generic holiday tune for whatever holiday it is that you choose to celebrate. It was written in 1857, so that's firmly public domain. But the Batman lyrics weren't written till the 60s, but we're not going to play that version anyway. All right, let's get started. I'm going to show you all of the Christmas songs using Nashville notation, but don't worry. There's not many chords. It should be simple to follow. If you don't know anything about Nashville notation, I would go back and check out that episode. Now, here is the first verse. As you can see, it is just 1, 4, and 5 chords. Let's pick a key. When it's numbers, it can be in any key, so I think C is nice. It's always a good place to start. We'll make C the 1. Now we'll just have to figure out where the 4 and 5 are. Let's play with bar chords because that's easier. So if the C is here, the bar, the A shape on the 3rd fret, then the 5 is just going to be the E shape, and the 4 is going to be 2 frets down. So that's the F, the G, and the C. We have open chords for that. C, G, F is always a bar chord. There's no open notes in that. That should get us all the way through the verse. The other thing I should mention, each number represents one measure, which is 4 beats. Let's just play along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. There you go. There's the first 3. I like it has a good Kentucky thumb picking sound. 2 measures of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 measures of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 measure of 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it starts over, and it just pretty much repeats the exact same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The chorus goes like this. There is another number in there, the 2 major. So if our 1 is C, finding the 2, just go up 1 note to the D. And we can play the open D. Good. It's still 2 8-bar phrases. So that's similar, still in 4/4. Now here's the chorus. And that's the basic chords. You know the whole song now. I really like the thumb picking thing, so I'm working on and arrangement, still practicing. But if you're interested, I put a link to the tab into the description. The version that we just went through used all major triads. But if you want to get a little fancy, you can start using seventh chords. Sevenths are just additional decorations on top of a triad. So if you don't want to play them, it'll sound perfectly fine. But a 7-chord can bring a little spice to the song. They're a little dissonant, and adding that dissonance just before a very consonant chord can make that consonant chord feel even stronger. Here is where the sevenths go really well. So the 5 chord is called the dominant chord. So you're going to see very often playing a dominant 7 on the dominant chord. It's not a coincidence. They're related. Let me show you a little thing. So here's a C, 1, 5, 1. The 7th is going to make it sound a little harsher. And because of that harshness, when it comes back to the 1, it's just, it's so much more relieving, because we've wandered a little farther away from the comfortable, happy notes that we all know and love. And you can see in Jingle Bells, though, they also use the 1. You'll see that a lot in older and traditional songs. You'll see the 1-7 chord just before it goes to the 4. Really emphasizes moving to the 4. It almost sounds like a small key change. And you'll also see it on the 2, which makes sense because that resolves to the 5. If you want to play the song with the 7th chords, please go ahead. If you don't, if it seems like a little too much, just forget about it. You want to be lazy, relax. It's Christmas. Treat yourself. But if you get a little bored and you want to mess around, putting those 7th chords in those spaces can make it sound a little cooler. Silent Night. It was written in Germany in 1818. So it actually wasn't called Silent Night back then. It was called Stille Nacht. If my German pronunciation is good, then I love the sound of it. Stille Nacht! And another cool thing, it was originally written for guitar accompaniment. The church that it was meant to be played at had a broken organ due to a flood. So they're like, well, can you arrange it for guitar? So playing Silent Night on guitar was really the way to go. In 1859, it was translated to English. Still makes it safely royalty free. Here are all of the chords to the song. There are 3 8-measure phrases, and they are all 1, 4, and 5. Super simple. Let's stay in C so we know what our chords are. C is the 1, the G is the 5, and the F is the 4. But there is a significant difference between this and Jingle Bells in that each measure is only 3 beats. This is a waltz. It is in 3/4 time. So we'll have to count it just a little differently. Also, this is probably this is often played kind of with a lullaby sort of feeling, so the Kentucky thumb picking may not be appropriate. Let's just give some great big strummy strums. So peaceful. Here's a version with the sevens. If you're into the sevens and you want to add a little more spice to it, let's take advantage of the Nashville notation and change key. What about E? E is a great guitar key, so E will be our 1. There's only really 6 more chords to go, but we never use the 7, so there's only 5 more chords to find, and we only need 3 of them. So the E is the 1, the A is the 4, and the B is the 5. Now let's give it a little more movement. Maybe instead of just strumming the chords, we'll arpeggiate them. An arpeggio is just a chord where you play each note separately. Our last song is What Child Is This? The lyrics of the song were written in 1865, and they were put to the tune of the English folk song Greensleeves, which was probably written sometime in the 16th century. But even before Greensleeves was made into an overtly religious Christmas song, it was already associated with the holidays and often sung around Christmas and New Year's. So this is a double holiday song. And if you want to, you can sing Greensleeves if you want it to be secular, or you can sing What Child Is This if you'd like it to be religious. It's very flexible. Like Silent Night, this is in 3/4. Each measure is going to have 3 beats, but unlike Silent Night and Jingle Bells, it's in a minor key, which means we're going to start on the 6, not the 1. The tonic is actually the 6th chord. So let's say we want to play this in A minor. What we need to do is find the 1 of the relative major. It sounds confusing, but it's really just 3 frets up. So here's the A, go 3 frets up. Oh, it's the C. Look at that. I picked that for a reason. We can stay in C now. All of the chords for C major are also the chords for A minor. That makes it pretty easy. We need the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 6. Well, we know the 1 is the C, and we know the 6 is the A minor already. The 5, well, we know from before when we were playing in C, the 5 was the G, but we never played the 3, so what's a good way to find that? Let's start with the 1 and just go up 2 whole steps. That's an E. It'll be an E minor. We'll also see an E major in there. And the other thing to remember is that the dominant chord is no longer the 5. It is going to be the 3. And you can see that when you take a look at where the dominant 7s are. Oh, look, suddenly the 3 is a dominant 7 because that is the dominant chord. And that is all 3 songs. I include the Nashville notation in the video description, so please just write that down on a Post-it if you want to play one of these songs, and you should be able to simply play this at the spur of the moment and in whatever key you want. Make the 1 whatever chord you would like to start on for whatever is appropriate for either playing on the guitar or playing with an instrument maybe in another key or possibly playing with a singer in a more comfortable key for them to sing in. I hope this brings a little more holidayness to your holidays. Have a holiday.